Kelvin, I have a question to ask you. Why won't you love me the way that I love you?
I'm gonna go now.
Let's talk about it. Hello there, Clapperheads, and welcome to a brand new edition of ClapperTalks. I'm Nick Dorian.
And I'm Kelvin Tay.
And we have missed you. I have missed all of you very much.
Stop being so obsessed with them, huh?
I'm very obsessed.
Right.
Because, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about.
Exactly.
Obsession.
Have you ever actually flirted with Nikki?
I'm gonna go get some shots.
I'll come with you if she means this much to you. And I know she does. To say, Nikki, I think we should grab a drink sometime.
I take it from someone who don't like horror movie. I loved every minute of this film.
Exactly. When you told me, have I watched Obsession? I'm like, wait, is Kelvin Tay, the scaredy cat, tak boleh tahan horror,
Correct.
watching Obsession?
See, this kind of further proves that I'm not afraid of this kind of thriller films. I just don't like supernatural stuff.
Yeah, I think because this is totally different from what I did mention in my previous video about Conjuring, The Nun,
Yes.
those kind of horror where, they really rely on the jump scares and supernatural stuff. This is just pure psychological dread.
Correct.
So if you haven't, been on the internet or been living under a rock, Obsession is Curry Barker's latest film, which has basically taken the world by storm. And one thing that I want to start off by mentioning is that Curry Barker made this film for $750,000.
And I just checked this morning.
Yeah.
403 million.
Domestic and global,
Yes.
which then makes it the most profitable film.
And it has also broken a 50-year record of Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon, yes.
But this just proves independent filmmakers, again, Curry Barker, Kane Parsons, to a certain extent, Markiplier as well, they are shaking up the horror industry within Hollywood right now.
They definitely have, especially with the budget that they have.
Yes.
The acting, let's not even start going into the cast and crew of Obsession itself, right? Just talking about indie films that is made by YouTubers, YouTubers. Dude, they are eating good, man.
Because this is what happens when you allow creatives to do what they do best. They're not, constrained by a big budget and to deliver something brilliant for the studios so that the studios can make tons of money off it. These are films that they actually want to make.
The only winner, I feel like, out of all of this success from Obsession is Blumhouse.
Yes.
Blumhouse makan, man.
Makan. Because such a small budget, but with 10, 20 times the budget we've earned back.
Now, if you, like Nick say, have been living under the rock, you have not opened social media at all, YouTube, anything social media related, you probably don't know what Obsession is. So, for you, behind the box of what Obsession is,
Back in the DVD.
after breaking the mysterious one-wish willow to win his crush's heart, a hopeless romantic finds himself getting exactly what he asked for, but he soon discovers that some desires come at a dark, sinister price.
And dark, sinister is a great way of saying it. Speaking of which, do you know you can buy a one-wish willow?
Yes, I know. There's a whole website of it.
It's the best way to make a wish, a one-wish willow wish.
What, would you buy it?
I would, but I would never break it. I would never use it. I'll just have it on the shelf.
No.
Just as a display piece.
I probably would by asking for $1 billion.
Yeah, but you see, there's always going to be a con towards that.
Exactly. Where did the money come from? So, with that, we're going to jump into our review, our takes, and what we feel about the movie Obsession.
Right after this.
Beep boop.
Now, first thing that I want to talk about with this film is the way that you should experience the film. Like, a lot of people say, oh, you should go and watch it in the cinema, but to be fair, some things you can just watch at home and whatnot. No, this is a film you need to watch in the cinema purely based on the fact that you need to be immersed in it. That is part of the horror. that sinking, eerie feeling, like that claustrophobic feeling that Bear feels as well, that you just cannot escape. You can't run away to your phone. You can't run away and look at, something else outside of the screen.
Yep.
You are forced to witness this car crash of a relationship in real time.
Oh, that's a very nice analogy for the film, because throughout the entire movie, I think it was 1 hour, no, 2 hours, right?
Close to 2 hours.
Yeah, close to 2 hours. The entire time, like what I've written down in my review is like, it's that underneath your skin's uneasiness, anxiety that is just filled you with claustrophobic dread of like, shit, I know what's coming. I expect it. But when it happens, I'm like, ugh.
Because there's still a part of you that goes, I hope it doesn't. Please do
Yes.
not go that way, please.
Yes.
By the end of the film, I literally, I'm not even joking. I started the film sitting how I was just now. By the end of the film, I was like this.
Yeah.
And when the credits rolled, I literally could not speak. I was like,
Wait, are we doing spoilers?
I mean, at this point, it's been out for a while. So yeah, this is going to be a spoiler-filled episode.
So when you're talking about the credits, right? Like when the end screen pops out, all you hear is her just wailing and crying, just reflecting after everything around her, everything that she's done, and that was a very good ending.
It was. It also reminds me of the end credit scene for Smile 2.
I have not watched Smile.
You haven't watched Smile 2, but the end credits of Smile 2, and it lasts for a good 6-7 minutes. It's just the lead character crying and wailing for a good 7 minutes. And there's no music, nothing. It's just that, and it's haunting. So for Obsession to sort of follow in that footsteps feels like that is the perfect way to close this film. Now, another thing that I really enjoy about this film is, again, the way that it was shot and the way the makeup and practical effects won at the end of the day.
Yep.
Because zero CGI, zero fancy special effects. There is this, what I discovered later on TikTok and whatnot, is Nikki's makeup.
Oh yeah.
That scene when she's hiding in the shadows, where, why don't you love me?
Yep.
There's this uncanny valley look that they were going for. And I love that because it gives that sense of something, it looks normal, but not quite normal, but not abnormal.
It's a lot of light play, it's a lot of makeup play, it's a lot of just art. Right?
And Indy Neverett.
Oh my.
Oh, like she wins the whole movie for me.
There was
Because
this one clip I found on Reddit where it was the bar scene and then she was talking, and the title of that is like Hollywood actress could never because they have so much Botox on. It's basically Indy's facial reaction and she's able to pull off like 8 different reactions in just 2 seconds.
yes,
And I'm like, wow.
even when she smiles and she squints her eyes and this forced smile, again, it's that, I don't know how she does it, but again, uncanny valley, like it looks like she's smiling, but there's something evil behind this.
yep.
And it's
I want to talk about the story itself, right?
yes.
Because Obsession, like, I want to put the cast aside for the time being.
Okay.
Because I want to talk about the plot. I want to talk about the story. You have this, what I like to coin, weak man that
yeah.
is confiding in his best friend who is sleeping with his love interest.
Yes.
Right? And this guy has been in love or like having a crush on this girl for the longest time, but he don't have the guts to actually confess or tell her how he truly feels. And whenever it's brought up, he just brush it off with like, we're just friends, And what he did instead of confronting his fears is he went to a crystal store and he wanted to buy a crystal. And that is where it got me, because he went in the crystal store to buy a crystal for the girl that he likes. But he left the store with a one-wish willow.
Which is basically for him.
Right? So that to me sets up the entire film of like what he should do and what he shouldn't do. And that is basically the plot.
To me, Bear is honestly the big villain in this film because it really showcases I know we are men, but the shallowness of some men at times, that they think more about themselves than anyone else. And Bear is honestly the perfect example of that. And you bring up that good point, like going in to buy something for Nikki, but ending up buying something purely for himself so that Nikki can love him. It's very self-absorbed, very self-obsessed. And that to me is the biggest takeaway on this.
Yep.
Of like, men, do better, lah. Really, because Nikki goes through so much shit for this.
Yeah, because throughout the entire film, right, there was this one small part in the movie where he called the helpline, and I would like to think that it's like a genie that is, you know, it's like a genie hotline. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I made a wish, kind of fucked up. Well, we can't
too
reverse
bad.
the wish, right?
And then you hear Nikki in the background.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you feel so sorry for this girl.
When that scene popped up, the only thing I could think about was from the movie Us. No, sorry, Get Out.
Get Out, yeah.
Where
He's trapped.
inside, right? He's seeing from an internal point of view, from his brain to the eyes of someone controlling his body.
Yes.
And that was eerie as hell. And this is exactly what I kind of feel watching this film, because let's just put Nikki aside, okay? There is Nikki and Freaky Nikki.
Yeah.
Okay? And Freaky Nikki is what I like to think that the Wish made.
Yes.
And Nikki is just Nikki.
Yeah.
And throughout the film, you can see these two characters kind of like fighting each other for control. And, well, kind of leads to a very amazing yet scary, eerie feeling of, you know, she's okay, and then she's not, and then she's okay, and then she's not. And then she starts hurting herself, and then she starts doing things that no normal people would do. And yeah.
No, I get it. Like that scene when she's asleep, like whenever Freaky Nikki is asleep, that's when real Nikki has a chance to voice out. And when you realize that is real Nikki voicing out, oh, that was so creepy to me.
Yep.
Like calling for help,
Yep.
you feel that desperation, you feel that helplessness, and you put yourselves in her shoes. Like you're in a body that you have no control of anymore, and you're so desperate to come out. Now, another thing that I want to point out as well is the ending, which again still showcases how shit Bear is. Because when he takes the pills, when he shoots himself, he's still not doing it for her to release her from this spell. He's doing it because he can't take it anymore and he just wants to end things. So to me, a lot of people have been going, oh, he did it for Nikki. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He did it for himself. Men are shit. Sorry, but men are shit. And this is a pure example of that. At the end of the day, I think like Obsession really is Men Are Shit, the movie.
And then there's also another spectrum of the film where, you know, the cast and crew. Okay, not the crew, but the cast itself, right? I'm talking about Michael Johnston, Indy Neveretti, Cooper Tomlinson.
Oh, I've missed this.
Megan Lawless, who plays Sarah, and all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a small cast of just practically four of them.
Yeah. And then there's the Lion lah, right? Which
yes.
is, you know, Andy, Richard, Haley, everyone else.
Yeah.
But just focusing on the four main cast itself, I would say for an indie production like this, the cast was amazing, because just take Indy aside, okay? Indy is really the star of the show, in my opinion, right? You have Michael, who plays Bear, Cooper, who plays Ian. I mean, Cooper Tomlinson is someone that you see on YouTube and all the skits. You can see his acting. It's there, right? But there's also people like Megan Lawless, for example. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything before.
Me neither, I think. But, oh, she was fantastic. Because she, at the end of the day, really loves Bear. And that scene at the party as well, like you really get to understand that Megan, that's her name. Is it? What's her name in the
Megan, Sarah.
Sarah really cares and loves Bear and just wants him to be protected and do better. But you know, Bear is so obsessed with Nikki that he never realizes that. And that scene, I felt so much heartfelt pain when she gets her head just destroyed by Nikki.
You know, I saw that coming from a mile away.
So did I, but just like...
But when it happened, right, I was just there, like, the scene cuts off, and then all you hear is the thuds and the squish, and then it pans back again, and then you see her face all smashed in, all left at her. It's just like her eyeballs and
Fun fact, in an interview that Megan did recently, there is a director's cut coming of Obsession with, I think, another 10 more minutes of footage.
Okay.
That scene, the head smash, apparently is a lot longer. It just stays on the smash for a lot longer. So, you know, stand by for the director's cut because we're probably going to get a minute and a half of just... That was brutal. But I agree with you. You see it coming, but you're also like, okay, stop. Oh, stop. Oh, okay. Like, you don't see the extent. Like, you know she's going to get her head smashed.
Yep.
But it goes so much more. And I think that is the genius about it. Like, you see it coming, but it's so much more than what you expect and so much more terrifying and traumatic than what you expect. Now, closing up the whole film as a whole, where would you put it on our ever-loving clapper meter?
I would say, honestly speaking,
Yes.
this movie is overrated and overhyped. All right.
Okay.
It is not as good as everyone says it is. It's not Interstellar. But all of that aside, knowing that this is an indie film made by YouTubers,
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Same. Because that, to me, is what gives it the 10 out of 10.
Yep.
Like, yes, you can compare it to Interstellar and all these big budget films, but I don't put it in that category because they don't have the same budget and whatnot. But what they delivered for $750,000, again, blows any big blockbuster Hollywood production out of the water, specifically on horror side as well.
Horrorwood.
Now, one last thing I want to talk about before we end the whole thing is this line between comedy and horror, because I link it back to Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele was known as doing comedy, like sketch comedy and whatnot, and now has delivered the greatest horror films we've ever seen. Curry Barker as well.
Yep.
Where did he start? YouTube skits, and you know, he's the "Are you coming?" guy. Are you coming? Are you coming? And this guy delivered what can only be described as the best horror film, if not this year, the last decade alone.
Yep.
So I find that very interesting, how thin that line between comedy and horror is, that the greatest comedians can deliver the greatest horror stories ever told. And I cannot wait to see Curry Barker's next film because he's apparently creating this whole Obsession universe. Indy Neverett has said that this is not the last we'll see of Nikki. We'll get to see more of Nikki's story a little bit in the next film that Curry Barker's doing called Anything But Ghosts.
Anything But Ghosts, which is follows two fraudulent ghost hunters who are forced to face actual spirits. Which
sounds like a comedy.
Yep.
Apparently, she said if you look in the background, there's an Easter egg of what happened to Nikki after Obsession. Because this takes place within that same Obsession world. So I'm like, I am so excited for Curry Barker to build this universe. Are we going to see a second Obsession? They haven't ruled it out just yet.
I don't... he did say what? Curry Barker did say that it's not a movie, but he wants to do mini-series, at least 8 to 10 episodes of like following... Every episode follows a new person that makes different wishes. But what I truly want to see, honestly, is a prequel. Like this One Wish Willow Company. What's it called again?
I can't remember. Oh, I forgot. Last thing. I don't know if you found out about this, but I've been digging. The lady at the start of going into the shop, the lady at the counter, the guy at the counter is the same person, but living his actual true self, apparently, because people have looked in the background. At the beginning, you don't see it. At the end, when he's there, there's a non-binary transgender flag in the background.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if Curry Barker has confirmed this, but there's theories that this is the exact same person And it's that tangent of being your true self and just admitting who you are and living your life as who you are. Basically reflecting on Bear going, just, live your life. Don't ruin it for the rest of the world. Be who you are. Stay true to yourself.
Huh.
Yeah, and I was like, if that was Curry's intention,
Yes. The company is called Tubby Cat Curiosities.
okay.
Yeah. I really want a prequel of like where this came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will we get it? Hopefully. But only time will tell. So if you haven't right now, just go run to the cinema. Go watch Obsession right
worth
away to find out what everyone's obsession with this film is, including us. And as always, you can check us out on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, YouTube. As always, I have been Nick Dorian.
I'm Kelvin Tay.
Keep watching the movies.
Goodbye.